I think as far as how the wrestling communities come together, I think it's a perfect example of, I think we're kind of all a little bit asleep behind the wheel a little bit. We just, wrestling's going along, it'll never get taken, nobody even thought about it being taken out of the Olympics. So I think once that was a very real possibility, all of a sudden the minds are going like crazy. It motivates everybody to think of how we can improve wrestling. And sometimes that urgency is a very, very real and very important aspect of making change. And I brought a couple ideas this morning about on the high school level and on our level and our style of wrestling, on some changes that can be made before you'd hope it would never happen, but you want to make those changes before you have to make those changes. And in the U.S. Olympic or in the IOC, those things had to be made or they were going to lose the sport. So that goes, and those were actually relatively difficult things that were changed in a very short period of time. So it shows what the rule changes and the like, shows what a motivated group of people can do to improve the sport. And that's kind of what I like to see at the high school. I know one of the trends, of course, that they are seeing on the high school level is the number of forfeits that you see in dual meets. And those dual meets have to be important. People need to be able to field full teams. And there's just a number of things, even from the rules, that can be done, I think, to encourage that. I would like to see, I certainly hope there'll be a great support in Atlanta to send off our team as they go into competition and across the seas there. And I think right now the one maybe unexpected thing that happened during this whole thing is it has really thrown a lot of attention on wrestling. I've had numerous people that weren't even wrestling people come up and say, wrestling, you really got ripped off, wrestling should be in the Olympics, even from people that are not wrestling people. So maybe it's kind of, it wasn't the way we'd want it, certainly, but maybe it has, this whole attention now and the urgency of the matter has really, I think, maybe going to prove to be a very valuable thing to the sport of wrestling.